being a single father and finding a great loving woman,
Yeah.
and then losing her, can you just like tell us the story behind that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like my white t-shirts was white, finally. You know what I mean? So
Yo.
I'm just like, man, this is nice, but
I ain't never had this before.
dang, I'm used to the stains under the arm still, trying to tuck them mugs.
How is it being a single father in today's world?
You really have to prove that you a great father. She's a girl, so she's very soft, and you know, a lot of times I be like, man, the fuck up.
So you mentioned that you are a father.
Yes, sir.
A single father.
Yes, sir.
How is it being a single father in today's world?
Man, where I start.
Oh, man.
And look, first, I mean, it's rough, man. It's rough being a single father. It's rough for his family court, being a single father, trying to really get your rights and stuff like that. You really have to prove that you a great father. And, you know, if it's a visitation type of situation or a 50-50, whatever the case may be, it's rough. It's rough. It's real rough to plead your case, basically. But, you know, I love my daughter. My daughter, she's my motivation. You know what I mean? I don't want her to struggle and go through the things that I went through. Definitely want her to go to school and, you know, get an education and figure out what she really want to do with her life. So, you know, it's amazing. It's some ups, it's some downs. I mean, she's growing. She's being more sneaky. You know what I mean? She got a little iPhone now, but, you know, I ain't got no service plan on that much, so you know I'm still controlling that. But
only work on the Wi-Fi.
On the Wi-Fi. If I give you the code, you getting on it.
I feel you on that. I ain't even thinking. When you became a single father, like, did you? I don't want to say was prepared for it. Did you see like the lesson or this being your path? I'm guessing. I'm trying to say like.
Nah, I really didn't. I didn't think, I didn't foresee, you know, being a single father. I wouldn't change the experience for, you know, anything in the world. It made me who I am today. You know, the great thing about it is my daughter has a good person to compare to when she start dating and say, like, you know, this person do this, or this person is a spiritual person, or this person has a connection with God, or whatever the case may be. So I do appreciate that, but I do miss that feminine energy, just like having another person just there to help. And you know, she's a girl, so she's very soft, and you know, a lot of times I be like, man, the fuck up, like for real, like it ain't gonna get no easier, you know. So I don't know, I mean, I never foresaw it, but it's a crazy thing. They say you want to make, I don't know how, I forget how the saying go, but something to the extent of you want to make God laugh, or to the extent of something, make plans or something crazy like that. Like if you make plans, and like God, like, okay, I got other plans for you now. So
that's a word, man.
Yeah,
for sure. He be like, oh, you thought you wanted to do this,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
We gonna turn the difficulty up times 10.
Yeah, of course. But hey, you know, he don't give it to nobody who can't handle it. So
absolutely, bro. I just respect it so much, man. I really do.
Yeah, a lot of sacrificing, man. That's for sure.
And I feel like that's one of the biggest things people don't understand, like to be great, or like just in life in general, like sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like I understand you might really want something, but if you could put your pride to the side and like, you know, do which was, I guess, in a way was right.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you're going to have good habits or you're going to have bad habits. I mean, if you either, it's like with this comedy stuff we doing. Like, we've been trying to hit open mics for the past couple nights, but we keep showing up trying to get our name on the list. We wouldn't even be in position to try to get our name on the list if we were sitting on the couch. So we can't even get to the part of failing to get on stage if we don't even try to get on stage. But eventually we're going to get up there. So
right. And that's motivation. Like, dang, I'm like really trying to do this and I still can't do this.
Facts. Yeah.
It's like, damn, all right, I see what y'all on, but
yeah, all it takes is that one yes, man. That's all it takes.
Yeah, determination for sure, bro. So you was married.
Yeah, I was.
At a point. Unfortunately, your wife passed.
Yeah.
So can you just like being a single father and finding a great loving woman,
yeah,
and then losing her? Can you just like tell us the story behind that?
Yeah, I can. Around the time my daughter was probably like, you know, maybe 6, something like that. My daughter 11 now, so it's like maybe about 5 years ago. Split up with her mother, wasn't working, wound up getting full custody. of my daughter. Like I say, rough transition, but met somebody. She was a little bit older, more mature than me for sure. You know, fell in love with her. She was a great person, a great woman of God for sure. Brought that element to me and my daughter's life, which is something that we continuing as well. But yeah, everything was good, and you know, we wound up getting married after like 2 years of dating. We did the whole quarantine 2020 thing, and shit, we was crying about Kobe dying and all that shit together, and all that, and then the Lakers won that year, and then like the next year we got married. Then I say 8 months after that she was gone, and it's just, you know, just a situation you can't foresee. You know, there's a lot of things that we could prevent for as health, and then there are some things that just happen. It's just your time. And it was one of those situations. She was healthy and everything, but yeah, it's like a blood clot is a situation, which was how she passed. You know, you can have an aneurysm or something. It's just things happen. And yeah, that was a rough transition from that to actually, you know, having somebody, you know, because I ain't never met nobody fold clothes better than she did. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, my white t-shirts was white, finally. You know what I mean? So I was just like, man, this is nice, but
I ain't never had this before.
Dang, I'm used to the stains under the arm still, trying to tuck them mugs. Like, when nobody can't see it at work type stuff. So, for real.
I felt that one.
Yeah, for real. They be like, your shirt done shrunk a little bit. It must tight to your side. But yeah, so, you know, throughout that process, we actually went to get some family counseling, me and my daughter, at this organization called Annie's Hope. And I recommend anybody grieving, go to Annie's Hope. They very friendly. You meet with other families going through things. You know, one of the things I experienced going to Annie's Hope was the fact that as bad as my situation was, there was always somebody with a worse situation. You know what I mean? And I still had to be grateful that, hey, I still have my daughter. You know what I mean? Some people there lost their wife, kids, mama, daddy, back to back to back to back. They was just like in a nervous, frantic like type of space because it just started happening back to back, and then they was alone with all these dead people stuff. You know what I mean? That's hard to come to reality, especially if they got children and stuff too. So it's just, you know, you gotta be grateful for what you do have. You know what I mean? Rather than just looking at your situation as it's just the worst. It's a reason why you're going through it, and it always can be worse. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, imagine you ain't had no hands. You know how much shit you can't do without your hands?
A lot of shit, bro.
You definitely couldn't play 2K.
Oh, no, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, if you could play 2K with no hands, you deserve to be like on them tournaments. For real.
And you know what they say, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, so, that's a good quote. Yeah, for sure. I mean, nobody the same anyway, so what we really comparing to?
Exactly.
So.